Hello again, and as you may have seen if you watched the follow-up video to the DIY battery packs, this is my solution to getting some, I hope, decent single cell, and they're probably 18650, so I'm going to call them single cell 18650 portable power packs for charging small devices, cell phones, cameras. And I picked this up at Costco. This was $19.99 Canadian. I'm assuming it'll probably be the same dollar number in the US, maybe a little bit less at Costco down there. If you see these things, this is not a bad price, because you got to consider that these are 3 frames, and the plastic's already on the other side. Let's drop them out of the way. These are 3 frames, electronics, and the cell, and on the back side of the package 3 USB cables that ship with it as well. So for $19.99, 3 batteries, 3 cases, 3 sets of electronics, 3 USB cables, whereas with this business that I spent money on, almost $10 really when you work it out. It's like $8.60 or $8.90. I got 3 housings, no cells. I had to provide those. Fortunately, I can provide those because of all my salvaging. But if you factor in the price of 3 new cells and head off to monoprice, even monoprice, and buy 3 short USB cables, you're definitely catching up, and in a hurry. And the one thing that I noticed right away, there's a capacity indicator on these. There's no capacity indicator on those really cheap eBay sleeves that you put an 18650 cell into. This gives you 80 to 100, and then degrading down from there. The instructions indicate what it was, and I didn't memorize it because it's in the instructions. And the degradation is, I can read that in French. It goes 80 to 100, 60 to 80, 40 to 60, and then 20 to 40. And then the light is flashing is less than 20% remaining. And no lights lit up, which one of these did come that way, so please take note that they may not all have a charge in them. As you can see right now, one of them's got 3, another one's got 3, and the other one was full. One of them had no lights and would not turn on. That's not a problem. I hooked it up and charged it all the way to full, and that would be this one, and it's behaving fine. So yeah, you can see here on the side 2200 milliamp hour rated. So I'm assuming that's probably what the battery has in it, or what the rating on the battery in it is 2200 milliamp. I don't know if they've done all the proper math as far as voltage and amperage compared to what the cells put out and compared to what's being drawn from the cell through the conversion up to 5 volts. So of course you can see all the literature on the back indicating all the different ways that you can deal with using it, you know, cell phone, tablets and e-readers, MP3 players, mini Bluetooth speakers. I mean, basically it's like any other power bank. If it can be powered or charged via micro USB, then this will likely handle charging it. I doubt it'll handle an iPhone, just because of what iPhones are like as far as their power requirements, but you can always give it a try. One of the funniest things I see here on this is that the charger contains a powerful 2200 milliamp hour lithium ion battery, enough to extend your talk time up to 10 hours. Well, I mean, that always varies by phone, so take that with a grain of salt. My intention for these, as was my intention for the DIY 18650s, is pocketable extra power while we're on vacation. just enough to make sure that you don't go completely dead after a good day's traipsing about. Both my wife and I have Galaxy S4s running 502 or 504 Lollipop from Samsung, official ROM, and the battery life on them is pretty good, so I don't expect that to be a huge problem. It's just always nice to have a little bit of spare power that's not inconvenient to have in a pocket. So again, like I said, it came with short little USB cables, micro USB to, I never remember I think it's A-type. Anyways, the business end that plugs into either a computer or into the power pack. Now, one of the things I did notice when I was using it, and I'll show this again with one that hasn't been plugged in, these have a little switch inside, and when you plug in the USB cable, well, that one's not going to do it. Well, maybe I'm pressing the button, I'm just not realizing it. Yeah, I must have been pressing the button when I'm putting it in. I thought it turned it on as soon as you plugged it in. I guess I was just being silly. So 3 of those cables, 3 of these. Not much else to say. You know, it's got all the nice stickers on it, and I thought about this when traveling, and we're going to be crossing borders. It probably doesn't hurt that when you travel you got something that looks a little bit more legit, and those other ones kind of looked not as legit. I mean, provable, but still, you never know with border guards and TSA or anybody else that wants to give you a hard time. So I won't drag this one on any longer. Duracell, 3 of them in a pack, $19.99. I think it's a great deal. I mean, obviously tax has a bit of a bearing on the overall price depending on where you live. Canada's a little bit higher than the US, or most of the US states, of course, but it's definitely a better route to go than to do the DIY thing. You don't have the frustration, you know what you're getting. You've got local warranty coverage, especially if you're buying it through a store like Costco, and Costco's return policies are terrific, so it's not an issue in that particular regard. So 20 into 3, because I'm lazy. So $6.66, so basically $7 a piece. I mean, you can't really beat that with a stick. I mean, if you order a battery, you're looking at probably $4 minimum for a battery, plus the price of one of those little chassis, and no cable still. So it's easily a match. So just look around, and definitely think twice about the eBay purchase. It's probably not worth it. And hope this can help. Oh, little friend was floating around. Don't think I realized it got in the way. I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.